Hello, this is Julia from Just One More Card, and today we're going to have a look how to create a gradient with just one single stamp. We're going to be using the colors Tangelo Twist and Tempting Turquoise as dictated by the Color Me Challenge. As always, I start off by showing you what kind of supplies I use. I'm using the Memento Tangelo ink and the Hero Arts Pool ink because I don't have any of the Stampin' Up colors, but these come close enough. I'm also going to be using VersaFine to stamp my sentiment. Excuse me. And I'm going to be using actually a Stampin' Up stamp. I am going to put the exact name of the, I think it's something with vintage, but I'm going to put the exact name in the description here on YouTube. And then for the sentiment, I'm going to be using the hand-lettered Hello by W+9. It's a gorgeous stamp set. I absolutely love the font. And it's going to be a note card set that I'm creating. So I have 4 base cards, which I have scored but not yet folded because I feel it's easier to do the stamping if you don't fold the cards. I'm going to be using a Stamp-A-Magic. Mine is from Inkadinkado, but there are also some from Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to ink up my stamp with some light gray ink. And then I'm going to align this stamp with the positioner and stamp it on this clear plastic sheet. And that will help me to position my stamp later on perfectly on my card, because of course I can't see through the wooden block, so I need some help in positioning the stamp. Next up, let's create the gradient. In this first attempt, what I did was just ink up some of the stamp with the blue ink that I'm using. And then I'm taking a baby wipe, you could also take a dry towel, and just wiping off some of the ink so there won't be such a contrasting, like a stark, clean line between the two colors. If you wipe it off a bit, the transition will be more like a gradient and not like a line. So just this little wiping off already does the trick. You can see I've masked off some of the card here where I don't want my stamp to go. And now I'm positioning the clear plastic sheet from the Stamp-A-Magic where I want my stamp to go. Then I'm using the positioner, removing the plastic sheet, and since I exactly aligned the stamp previously with the positioner, I just need to slide it in there, press it down, and it's going to be exactly where I want it to be. It's actually super easy once you figure it out. I was totally surprised, and I'm absolutely happy I made the investment into the Stamp-A-Magic. And here you can see the gradient I got and the clean line I get because I masked it off. I did the same thing on the bottom of the card, basically just flipped it around, and now I'm just stamping my sentiment here with the VersaFine ink. You have to be careful, VersaFine is a pigment ink, so it will stay wet a little bit longer. I'm doing the same thing again now on the second card. I'm not going to show you all 4, just the second card. I did it a little bit different here. I started off with the orange on the top, then again taking a baby wipe to soften the gradient that I'm creating, and then going onto the blue ink to get the second color onto the stamp. And just to be safe, because you can see it's kind of a stark line there, I'm going over it a little bit with the orange one. Again, positioning my clear sheet where I want it to go, then taking the positioner, holding it in place, and just sliding the stamp into the corner. It's totally easy. Seriously, if you've tried this like 1 or 2 times, you will know in your sleep how to do this. Again, this was the bottom part. This is the same principle on the lower part of the card, basically creating the frame for my sentiment. And I just love the gradient. I would have never thought of putting these colors together, so I'm so happy about the Color Me Challenge giving me that idea. And I was mixing up the sentiments a bit. I didn't want the same sentiments on all of my cards, because I feel if you give a note card set, it's kind of interesting to have different sentiments with the same design. So, you know, you have a card for many occasions. Here are the 4 cards I made. You can see the sentiments are all different, and I also mixed up the gradient, going horizontal, going vertical, any way I liked it. And once I did all my cards, I realized I need some embellishments. So I grabbed some white pearls and the yellow Copic marker and just colored the pearls in. Super easy, super fast. Anybody can do this. And then I'm just placing the pearls on my card, just to, you know, give it some shimmer, give it some shine. I also placed a white one over there to the left, don't know if you can see that, and I stuck with 2 yellow ones per card, like 1 white one and 2 yellow ones. I didn't want to do more, I just wanted to keep it clean and simple. And then I'm using my corner chomper to chomp off one of the corners. I like to do front and back separately because I feel it, you know, gives better results for some reason. And here are the 4 cards now with the embellishments. I think like the clean and simple look with the pearls works really well. And then I decided, you know what, if you've gone through all this trouble, you know, let's do it right. So I just grabbed some store-bought envelopes, because, you know, I just wanted some clean white envelopes, and I'm inking up the stamps as I did before. First the blue, then the orange, or the other way around, whichever way you want your gradient to go. And I'm not using my Stamp-O-Magic to align this onto the envelope, simply because it doesn't really matter that much here where it's placed, and I can see the image on the back of the stamp, so I have a good idea how much of the stamp will go on there, and you can see just how beautiful it looks. I just, you know, the gradient is just absolutely beautiful. Here you have the 4 envelopes that I stamped, and it's going to be so pretty, you know, like when your recipient gets this set, or even the person that is being sent this card gets it, you know, they will pull out this card out of the envelope, see this gradient, and then they will see that the outside of the envelope matches the card itself. So I think that's a neat idea. I hope you liked this. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, or visit me at my blog, and I'm looking forward to seeing you over at the Color Me Challenge. Bye bye!